just sitting there? What's your problem? Are you scared? Everything is magic here. We make it up out of thin air. Nothing's complete, nothing's concrete. Sweet or sour, it's what we make. The question is the answer to most everything. The Wookiee, Han, and Luke would sit back and wait. Come on, it's not too late. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, shake your hips, and repeat. Feel the rhythm and the beat. Stroke your hair, kiss the air.
Dare to dream in a galaxy far, far away. Dare to dream. Dare to dream in a galaxy far, far away. Dare to
Hey now, listen up. There's no need to hesitate. There's no stop and celebrate. Every day's a brand new day. Let's get going. What you say? Nothing's complete, nothing's concrete. Sweet or sour, it's what we make. The question is the answer to most everything. And Padme Leia Ray would sit back and wait. Come on, it's not too late. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, shake your hips, and repeat. Feel the rhythm and the beat. Stroke your hair, kiss the air.
Dare to dream in a galaxy far, far away. Dare to dream. Dare to
Clap your hands, stomp your feet, shake your hips, and repeat. Feel the rhythm and the beat. Stroke your hair, kiss the air.
Dare to dream in a galaxy far, far away. Dare to
Clap your hands, stomp your feet, shake your hips, and repeat. Feel the rhythm and the beat. Stroke your hair, kiss the air.
dream in a galaxy far, far away. Dare to
Clap your hands, stomp your feet, shake your hips, and repeat. Feel the rhythm and the beat. Stroke your hair, kiss the air.
dream in a galaxy far, far away. Dare to
Clap your hands, stomp your feet, shake your hips, and repeat. Feel the rhythm and the beat. Stroke your hair, kiss the air.
dream in a galaxy far, far away. Dare to dream.
And we're live! Hello,
Derek's
How is
like,
everybody
what is
doing
happening?
I was like, what is all this?
Well, ever since we had Phil Fletcher on, he was a puppeteer from the UK. He does a character named Hacker T Dog, and that's kind of his sort of catchphrase, as it were.
Okay.
And we've just been kind of using it ever since.
I was
Yeah.
like, what does that mean? Like,
He
okay,
says
it makes
it's
sense.
just like,
Okay.
hello, friends. And we're like, well, that doesn't mean the same thing here.
It's a sort of Cockney thing, really.
I thought it may have been like the Gamecocks, like in South Carolina, and I'm like, is someone from South Carolina? Like, I don't know. Like,
It's a children's show too that he
Yeah.
does.
oh, okay.
For kids.
Yeah, I don't think it would translate very well internationally if you decide to come overseas. So.
Exactly.
So joining us today is Derek. Derek, welcome to the show.
Howdy.
Yeah,
We
thank
had
you for
him on
joining
back
us.
in December, I think. Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I think it was December-ish. Yeah. It's been a little while.
Yeah. So
It
he's
has
our-
been a while, and apparently your subscribership and whatnot has grown since then.
It's
People are paying more attention to your little shop now.
yeah, they were paying attention. So it's been a little crazy. So
Derek makes signs and really special signs. And I think when we had him on, I want to say you had about 2,000-ish followers on
Yeah.
Instagram, somewhere around there.
probably 2 or 3, somewhere in there.
But he was growing like daily, like rapidly. And what did you just hit?
I'm a little over 11,000 now. Actually.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah. So
Mary
it's,
wants us to stop advertising.
Yeah,
I
Mary-
know. I just randomly found him on Instagram, and then I shared him Mary, and now we can't even buy a sign. So not
no.
true. That's not
I feel
true.
bad.
I have a few.
That's not
but,
true. I just bought a sign.
Yeah,
from Derek.
it is. I know.
Yeah, go Wacko and Dot and the funny looking guy in the self-made shirts. So before we get into Satisfactual Sign Company and everything that Eric does, we do have 2 bits of news. This came out. They were sending it to all the people that had cruises booked. Disney Cruise Line made the following announcement and canceled cruises as listed. If you may have heard, Centers for Disease Control Prevention, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they're canceling more cruises. So the Disney Dream, all their cruises through August 6th have been canceled, Fantasy through August 28th, and Disney Wonder through September 19th, and the Magic through November 4th.
Wow.
Crazy.
Oh.
So, bit of sad news there. Dan, of course, our co-host, his cruise to Alaska has been canceled. But the good news...
I'm surprised about that. I thought they would at least try to do the Alaska cruises with the
But
different...
at least they said something, though.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
at least they're saying that they're trying to get their stuff in, or not just like, we canceled again. So at least they're kind of giving us some more information.
Katie says she can't get a sign. There's one of your haters.
Oh no.
Has she been sending you hate mail?
Yeah.
Well, I hope
Katie's
not.
fine.
She's a nice person.
I don't know. Why is the Magic so far behind like November? Did they decide to dry dock it and do upgrades or something perhaps?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I had already canceled my cruise, so this doesn't really affect me because I had already canceled on my own before.
Which ship were you on? You were on the Magic, weren't you? Or wasn't the Wonder or the Fantasy? I know that. Was it the Dream or the Magic?
I want to say it's the Magic because that's the smaller one of the 2, right?
So yours would have been canceled for sure because yours was in October. Yeah.
Well, we were canceled up through I think September prior to us canceling, but yeah, we suspected it was going to be canceled, but we decided we kind of wanted to move on and start making new plans. So
okay.
You know that, Katie. You would never
Katie,
send
she'd never-
anybody hate mail.
There we go. She's
Hi,
one of the good
yeah.
ones.
Hi,
Yeah,
Joe.
I
Hi,
didn't-
who else joined us? Chris
The-
Banis is on.
Good news is Ohana you can start booking starting July 10th.
Yeah.
So things are opening more and more every day. We're getting more and more
Mhm.
great news. So it's
Sure.
good to hear that.
I am so excited about all of these openings. And just all of this kind of getting back to normal. It's like things are going in the right direction finally after so long.
Yeah.
The no mask down here outside was a godsend. Like
Oh,
because Florida weather right now is
Oh my
humid and miserable.
couldn't
so,
have been
yeah.
better timing for that.
Yeah,
That's
it is. Phew. It's bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
definitely.
Let's take care of business, do the tip of the week, and then we can spend the rest of the hour with Derek. How's that sound?
Perfect.
That sounds great.
Sounds good.
We want to talk to Derek.
Yeah. So let's pay some bills and bring on the tip of the week.
We should probably.
So today's tip, as always, is brought to you from Dream Creators Travel. And Holly, what is the tip this week?
So over on Facebook, they have a Busy Moms Planning Disney Facebook page. And over there, they had asked for tips. And Matthew Wallace posted that especially when you go to Disney with a large group, but especially children,
Okay.
and you guys like choose a spot just in case you get separated, or say someone's going to go ride a ride and you're going to meet back somewhere. Write it down somewhere, your meeting spot, because you can get confused of where you were supposed to meet. And also, even if you have a cell phone, your cell phone could die. You could have lost. You could have lost it.
Okay, thank you for that, Stan. I love that. Thank you.
That's good.
You know, you could say the same thing about like where you park in a parking lot or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, it's the same
I
sort of
usually
concept
take a picture
at heart.
of where I park when
It's just to go. You know, you make a note in some way, so just in case you're like going later. Wait, where was I supposed to meet up? Yeah. Make sure you know. Make sure you have something written down because.
Or like Mary just said in the chat, do what I've been doing and just leave the kids at home, and then you won't have to lose them.
Yeah, how many times have I said Disney is no place for children?
Yeah, that's our new thing, Derek. We decided Disney is no place for children.
Our millennials.
Yeah,
Oh.
childless millennial pretzel.
Seriously, if you have a memory like a sieve, like I do, yeah, write stuff down if you need to remember it like that.
So I have a story to go along with this tip. It was one of our first trips. My daughter and I went, and I think she was like 15 at the time. We didn't have cell phones. We couldn't be messaging each other. I know a lot of days now, a lot of kids have cell phones, like Holly was saying. But so we decided we're going to have a meeting place in case we get separated. It was only the two of us, and we didn't want to pick someplace like Walt's statue because there's so many people all the way around there, and it's a big, So we wanted to pick a specific, like the flagpole or something simple, small that Sure. So the first day we at Magic Kingdom, we had our place picked out. We never got separated. It wasn't a problem. And I think we did Hollywood Studios the next day or whatever. And we picked our place. And it was about halfway through the day. I said to her, do you remember what our meeting place is in case we get separated? And she said, nope. So it was a good thing we didn't get separated because neither one of us could remember.
So funny.
Oh, my wife and I got separated one time when we were in the Magic Kingdom. And this was after we had cell phones. So I texted her. I said, where are you? And I get this message back, White Earth. I'm like, what the heck is that? Apparently I had texted my brother instead of her accidentally. I picked the person.
Leave the
in
kids.
the messaging.
That's the real tip.
So he was very confused as well.
That's
Hi,
funny.
Scott.
But if you bring the kids, remember you did.
Yeah.
And the other one too is the room that the front entrance though, it's such a big area though, it's hard to. You could be standing there for half an hour and not see the other person.
I wouldn't want to tell my kids to meet at the front entrance because then someone can just take them right out the front. But as an adult, yeah, that's probably that could be a good spot. Hi, Jody.
I swear at Galaxy's Edge, that part in the center where that spiral, where everybody there's that seating bench around. I swear that's everybody's meeting spot because there's always people standing there. It's like, can you find somebody's house to meet? You're blocking traffic. Anyways, so that's brought to us by I got this new graphic. I forgot to share it out. I was busy today.
Dream Creators Travel.
And I just have to say, today is a perfect example of why you want a travel agent on your side, because they have been on hold for literally hours today to buy their clients' Boo Bash tickets.
Yeah.
And are you shocked by that, Derek?
Sure.
It's crazy because
Boo Bash.
Yeah, because the price went up, the hours went down, but I talked to Jennifer, so Jennifer and Julissa, and they have been on hold for like 5 hours, and then they were on hold for 2 hours, and their calls would get dropped. And
Oh, man.
yeah, see, Mary. So this is another reason why you want a travel agent to do your dirty work for you. But
Exactly.
You know, I can say as well that, you know, we have a travel agent for our upcoming trip. We're going to Alani for 5 days. We had managed to book a standard room, and we were like, we wanted a better room than that. Our travel agent got on the phone and, you know, checked everything every morning until she got us a deluxe studio like we wanted, and was able to upgrade us. So, I mean, that is why you have a travel agent. If you think you don't need one, you kind of do, because they do so much of that wonderful legwork that you don't want to do.
So right now, just mention the Grand Circle Tour sent you and book a 3-night, 3-day park ticket package, and they'll give you a $25 gift card. But yeah, Raquel, I don't know that it's going to be better. So I don't know, but it's something. But I don't like the $199 price tag.
Don't settle for something. Don't settle for something.
Yeah, exactly. 125 isn't horrible, especially if it's not going to be that crowded. But
what's nice about booking with Dream Creative Travel, it is completely free to you.
Right.
You don't pay them. Disney pays them. So you don't have to worry about getting a bill from them afterwards. Like, here's for our services. They send that to Disney. So
exactly.
something
Scott,
a lot of people don't realize.
Scott was saying he couldn't get through. I know Mary couldn't get through either. And like I said, Jennifer and Julissa, they couldn't get through, and they were getting. Could you imagine being on hold for 2.5 hours and then getting disconnected? I don't know what I would do.
Yeah. Well, Scott, contact Dream Creative Travel and have them get them for you.
Into the void,
perhaps. They're probably still on hold. They're probably just not getting through.
Let them know where you heard of them, and they'll get you the tickets. So what do we got here? We got Satisfactual Sign Company. Derek, what is it that you do?
And we should mention, for anyone who doesn't know, that he is joining us. He is rejoining us for the second time. He was on here, what did we say, back in December?
Yeah, I think it was
he first joined us on our show, and we absolutely loved the signs that he was creating then and everything, and his story that he had to share. And so we are so thrilled to have him back. So thank you for coming back on our show, Derek.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Mickey Pumpkin. Is that one of your best sellers?
The Mickey Pumpkin probably is. I mean, they all do pretty well, but yeah, the pumpkin's very popular. The pumpkin, I've got one.
From what I can tell, everything sells out very quickly. Those are fantastic. So I love that.
Just put it over my face. I should have just worn it like a mask. So
there you go.
I did not realize they were that big. I thought it was
they're large. Yeah, they're
that is big, awesome. So.
But you did small ones too, because I know Mary has some small ones, and then you did I don't know. I just can't keep up. I
did some small, like 3. They're hanging up on my wall over here actually. Probably about 3 or 4 inch versions, and then bats and all kinds of Halloween stuff.
So here's a question I have. So do you keep at least like one copy of each of the signs that you make for everyone? So you have like kind of like an archival collection?
So it's funny you asked that actually. I'll tell you a funny story real fast. So the You May Get Wet sign was like the first sign I made. And I made that sign with the intention of having one up. Like I wanted to make it for myself, right? Like I was like, this is so cool. I saw someone post back like July of last year, a picture of it from the ride. I was like, I want to make one for myself. So I made it, and I actually still don't have one up on my wall. I sold the first copy I made, and they've been so popular ever since. I've never made one for myself. So now not everything. Actually, most things I don't have hanging up. I do have, like, you can see other side. Wait, which side? This is so confusing.
I know.
That's actually, this one up here is actually a version of the You May Get Wet sign that my son painted that one. So that's the only really the only You May Get Wet sign I have up right now. So so I don't actually have I have what I call like my master copies, which are like the ones I keep in case I need to do a mold or something. But I don't hang those up because I would have to just constantly take them down. So So yeah, like this one, I'm hoping I can do one finally of this one for myself. So we'll see. We'll see. But no, I don't actually. I have like a couple of pumpkins, some bats. That's pretty much it hanging up. So
I think what a lot of people are wondering is, how are you making these? Are you carving out of wood, or what's going on here?
Yes, I'm like an old boat maker.
Yeah.
So it's actually all 3D model. So 3D models on this very computer here, or wherever. But and then it's 3D printed. So you 3D print the model, and then there's a lot of work after that, like sanding and priming and dirty work, and it's not fun. So that's kind of, you can see back here in the background. Oh, I got it right that time. You can see back here, like that's kind of one, like this toy soldier back here. You can see that's kind of one that's in process. So, like you can see they go through like multiple stages. So it's kind of a whole big production of how to make one. So, but yeah, they're 3D printed. So they're not
So you start with the 3D printing. You kind of like do some sanding, bring,
because when things come off of the 3D,
and then you move on to like the painting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, so when they come off of a 3D printer, and I wish I had one. Of course, I don't have one sitting near me. Well, I have this. I could show you this one. So hold on one second, if I don't drop something. So I have this guy. Well, can't really get it up here, but this is actually straight off of a printer. This is a Brer Rabbit's door, actually.
Cool.
And you can, well, you may be able to see it better on the back. Let me flip it over. But you can see there's like lines and things in it. Yeah, there's one that's in process there. Actually, that's a great picture too. And so you can see like this still, like I still had to sand this. That's just with primer on it, basically. And so you have to do a lot of sanding. And then I use sometimes I'll even use putty, an epoxy clay, and sculpt details into it and stuff if I'm not happy with something. So so it's a whole big process.
So do you actually, like, how are you creating the program to do the 3D printing? Are you taking a picture and
No. These are all from scratch. Yeah, it's not. There are some things out there. People always ask me that. They're like, is it the photo? I think it's called photogrammetry, where you can kind of like, and it's not. It's, I can tell you from using it in the past, it's not as good as people think it is. Like you can take like images of like multiple images of an object, and it will kind of make a model, but it doesn't really work that way.
Okay.
It'll make a model, but it'll have like holes and things in it. So it's not really that. It's not really that useful to do. So these are just from scratch, from like a picture. Usually, I find like a reference image or something like that. Actually, that Brer Fox sign there, like I could literally only find one picture of that sign. It was crazy. Like I could not find anything else. I couldn't even find it at the ride. So I don't even know where that sign's from. But it's from somewhere. I mean, I'm assuming somewhere from Disney, but I couldn't find it.
So does that mean you're actually like like drawing it within the 3D program in order?
Yeah, it's created it's created in like a modeling software. So there's different steps to how you do it. It's super complicated.
I get that. I mean, 3D modeling software is very complicated. I wish I knew personally more about it, because I have things I would love to do. But I
could hand sculpt that. Like I could hand sculpt that, but it would literally take so much longer to do.
But so you're using like a 3D modeling program and kind of creating it within that yourself.
Right.
Kind of like by hand. Not as simple as drawing a picture, but
exactly. And it's not like I said, like these, you could create this, like, I mean, you could hand sculpt this. It would take a really long time. And then the problem with you hand sculpt something is like it kind of has some weird, like, you have nuances, like where it's not going to be as crisp, which is good and bad. Some people love that. I don't have a problem with that, but so certain things won't be, like lettering won't be as crisp, and stuff like that. So without a lot of work.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was actually, so I pulled down the signs that I have off my wall to show them. And
Holly, before I just want to show. So after you got this done,
yes,
and you primed it, you go to painting.
No, so that one there was still some work done on that one afterwards, because you can see around some of the edges and stuff, it's still kind of rough. Like there's some little the
Like
3D
up here?
printer will leave. Yeah, the 3D printer will leave like little, I don't know what to call them, like little nubs and things.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Okay,
this.
yeah.
And so you have to kind of take, like, I'll usually take like an X-Acto knife and kind of like trim at that and stuff.
Okay.
And so it's still probably, even at that stage, that's really literally just straight off the printer and me putting primer on it. So
Okay.
so then there's sanding and, like I said, X-Acto knives and so on. Look at that. There you go. And eventually it gets to there.
So eventually, this is what it ends up looking
Your
like.
painting too is so precise as well. Like it's
Well, I'm a painter by trade. Like that's what
yeah,
I did.
it's so perfect.
Yeah, that's what I did. So, well, actually, I worked in education before I moved to Florida. So I wasn't a painter before that. But when I moved to Florida, I became a scenic artist here in Florida, and worked for a company for a couple of years, and made stuff for like Galaxy's Edge, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, some stuff like that.
I know it's funny because I'll be like posting stuff like when I'm at the parks,
Yeah.
and then he comments is like, "I made that." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh!"
I worked on that. So, yeah. So no, I
Holly,
just
you
like
want
to
show
see
us
it.
what you
So.
had there.
Oh
What's
yeah.
that?
I said Holly wants to show us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
see how like nice the writing is on the word like expedition. So like it's so clean and just
again, that's like way
beautiful.
bigger than I was expecting. I was expecting something really tiny for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he
No,
also gives you the little eye to make it.
A jingle
jingle
crew.
crew.
Oh,
There you go.
wow. That is
Yeah.
cool.
So he thinks of everything.
Yeah.
Like
That is so
And I
cool.
want to say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Holly, but that's from the Disneyland version of the Jungle Cruise, right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Is it okay? I don't know. I honestly like.
Yeah.
I just
the
make the
Jungle-
signs. I don't know where they're from.
Yeah, the Jungle Cruise at Disney World is bigger. It's like
Mhm.
Well, they have that one at Disney World too. I've seen it here. Actually,
oh, okay.
I meant to take that one and take a picture, and I just haven't. So, but yeah, they do have that one here too. I don't know if it may have originated Disneyland. I'm not sure, but a lot of times, like I said, I literally will just like I just find a reference a lot of the times, and like I know this is bad, but I don't even look at what park it's from. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Let's do that. So
It's a cool sign. I like
let's
it.
do that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah. Raquel's saying it's from Magic Kingdom in Orlando too. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was from here, but I don't know.
So what
Do you want me to show you this one too?
well, what is this
The
mold?
mold.
Yeah, those
Uh-huh.
are molds. So I create a mold once I have it primed and sanded and clean. It's a lot quicker for me to make a mold off of that piece than to 3D print every single one. Now the
Gotcha.
pumpkins, right? So the pumpkins actually for a long time was 3D printing those, just only 3D printing those. And so those were taking me about a day a piece to print. So they took about 24 hours to print a full pumpkin. And then there was probably another couple of hours in each one, with sanding and priming and everything. So that was a lot of work. So yeah, so these are actually the molds. I create the molds myself. Like I do all that myself. So these are all they look a little rough, I know, but they're not super professional, but
Now I'm understanding. You know what? You probably told me all this in December and I forgot, but now I remember.
no, I don't know if we didn't talk about that much, but
I think I guess I assumed that that's what you were doing. That once you had created the initial sculpture, that you would be molding them
right.
in order to create the final products. Because that is a lot. It's a lot simpler. It's a lot faster to create them, and then you can do all of your painting and finishing on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you
'Cause that's gonna
follow
be a lot
him
of
on
time.
Instagram, he actually will go through and he goes live often and like just talks to us while he's like working or doing a mold or painting or whatever. So you'll kind of get a little glimpse into the actual process. So
you're saying I should get on Instagram someday? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's so confusing for me. Us old guys, we can't figure it out.
it's rough.
It
Instagram
took
is
me
rough
20
to
minutes
try
to find his page today.
I didn't honestly. I didn't really use
guy.
Instagram until like August of last year. So I didn't even really. I had an Instagram, but I never really used it. And my wife was like, "Hey, you should get on Instagram and use it for this." And so that's kind of where I started on Instagram. So I really have only been on there like since probably August of last year. So Yeah. So it's confusing.
Thank you.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
So that's one of the reasons why we had you on today, but because once you get to that 10,000 follower mark, you're like somebody, right? Like you get all these extra features, you get to do swipe up. So you always do like
Did you
giveaways.
know you're somebody? I didn't know.
I'm
So
nobody.
you always do giveaways every time you reach a certain number. So for your 10,000 follower, you're going to do a giveaway. Do you want to go over that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and first of all, I'm still not. I'm like, the only thing that changed at 10,000 was I got the ability to swipe up. So
yeah, which is cool.
And the first thing I did a swipe up of was a Rickroll. So in case you didn't see it, I was like, I posted and I said like, I wanted to thank everybody for hitting 10,000. I hope you guys never give me up. And then I made the swipe up the Rickroll.
That is funny.
Okay, Holly, remember that. We're gonna.
I've been planning that for like a month. I was like, yes, when I get this swipe up feature, it's going to be a Rickroll. So I was so proud of myself.
The swipe up is the only reason why I want Instagram. That's
So anyway, but the giveaway. I'll talk about the giveaway real fast. The giveaway, I have I think about 20-ish small shops that are involved with it. I kind of just put a call out and just asked like if anybody's interested, like, hey, you're interested in donating something from your shop to go to this giveaway, let me know. When I was telling you guys kind of about this earlier, but one of the big things I try to do since I do have 10,000 followers is to like promote other small shops because there's so many people out there. And even like, I went to this past weekend, I went to a fair here in Orlando and it's, former cast members are still kind of working their way back in and stuff. So, so there's a lot of shops out there that are, that a sale to them is a big deal. And so I try my best like weekly to promote as many small shops as I can. So so that's what this giveaway is about. Like it's a good opportunity for me to kind of utilize to leverage having 10,000 followers and share a bunch of these shops, So so we have 20 shops, and I mean they range from everything from like some people do ears, tumblers, keychains, have like some wood carved signs. Not carved, sorry, like laser cut, like wood signs. Gosh, I'm trying to think what else I have.
And you do every Saturday, right? Small
Yes.
shop Saturday. So every Saturday he shares.
Right on
shop.
Saturdays, like I try to do what I call the small shop Saturday, where I make a post and ask a question post and say like, hey, show me some small shops like I should be checking out, and I try to share those because to me like it's like I'm trying to be a part of like the community in terms of like I said, like my shop does really well. And like, I don't say that like lightly, like I'm humbled by that. So I want to be able to utilize that to help other people too. So, and there's so many amazing small shops out there. I mean, the stuff I've been getting for this giveaway is incredible. Like I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
Do you have some that you want to show us?
I have one right here. Let me grab some.
Yeah, sure.
And that's like what I also love about Derek is he's so funny. Just like he said, his first swipe up was a Rickroll, right? And then he's so humble too.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh my God.
So
who does that?
This is by.
Is that like stained glass or what is that?
It's actually wood. It's a wood with a lacquer on it.
Goodness.
And it's by 3 Adventure Avenue. 3 Adventure Avenue.
That's
the number 3.
Okay, I'm going to be looking them up after this.
Yeah.
I shared these on my Instagram stories too. So if you're following me on Instagram, you'll see these. I shared these earlier today. But this is it's fairly large. You can see it's pretty big. And it's got a hanger and stuff on the back. I know that she is actually I believe a former cast member as well. And so she does this now. And so this is one of her signs. She does like Mickey and Minnie and other things. So and you can see it's really, really, really beautiful.
That is gorgeous. I love that.
Yeah.
So this is this.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I went to click solo and they bring you up and I kick you out.
Here, I'll show you. This is another. I've been following her for a while. This shop for a while, and I was so glad that she. This is from. It's called Ear Me Up Co. And this is like she zip ties them into the box. So.
Oh, those are pretty.
Those are nice.
These are ears, and they actually light up. I'm not going to try to flip the switch right now, but they do light up.
Oh, that's
the edge.
cool.
So you can see, And that's just a sticker that's in there. I don't know why it's stuck in the box like that, but it's in there. So that's, hold on, let me see.
Ken wants that.
Hear me? I want that.
Ken
You
wants
want the ears or do you want
I think he's talking about the stitch.
the stitch?
Mary wants it all.
Mary wants it all. Of course you do, Mary. We know you.
This is what I'm going to be giving away.
Nice.
Nice.
That is a cool one, and
This is a really popular one. I just posted this last week, I think. So this is the new version of that.
Okay.
Make it wet sign. So it's large. You can see it's pretty big. So So that's going to be my giveaway. I was going to do a few signs and give away a few signs, but then I was like, there's so many other people, and I don't want it to necessarily be about like what I'm giving away. So yeah.
Well, that is awesome because I love that. I love the idea of kind of like paying it forward, as it were, of saying, you know, I got a lot of attention, but there's a lot of other people out there who also deserve this attention.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Right. They do. Yeah. And I mean, and a lot of these are shops too, that have followed me for a really long time. And I know that they have really put effort in pushing, like, you know, sharing my stuff and so on. And so, and I know that like, part of my success is because of that. So I try to pay it, you know, like you said, pay it forward to them. So, so yeah, that's, you know, and I do that like Holly was saying too. Every week I share shops and try to really put out to the community, you know, because there are so many like amazing. I mean, like that Stitch, for instance, these years, you know, so many like amazing creators out there. I look at that stuff and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Like I love that, you know. So I try to share that as much as I can. So. Yeah.
So if I do manage to log into Instagram, and I seem to be having trouble at the moment, but that's not your fault. Can I see all of these things that you are going to be giving away that you got from all these different creators? Have you been posting them there?
Yeah. So I'll be done. The giveaway will be Instagram only. It's not going to be because that's where I hit 10,000 followers. That's where
right.
The giveaway.
Right.
So I will be making a post. I have not obviously made the post yet. I'm still waiting on probably 6 to 8 items to come in. So once everything's coming, I have like one coming from Hawaii. It's really cool. It's a wood sign. I've seen it.
I already want it.
What's that?
I said I already want it.
You already want it.
Yeah.
I love, no idea what it is. Hawaiian
I can't even imagine how much this is going to cost to ship. All the
You're going to get someone from Tokyo in.
I'm willing to pay it. You know what? Like you know, it's cool. It's that's part of the reason why we were talking about a minute ago. Like I don't want to have to ship like 30 different packages. I'd rather just do it as one thing. Because I can't imagine trying to keep up with them going all over the place.
Right.
And because I already ship out a lot of stuff as it is, so the post office here hates me. That's a whole other thing, so. But no, they you know, these other shops are awesome. They've been donating things. So once everything kind of I get it all gathered together. I will be making a post on Instagram, and it'll probably be up for like I would think 5 days or so is what I'm thinking for the giveaway to give people plenty of time to see it and enter and everything. So yeah, it'll be crazy, I'm sure. But
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Be. Very cool.
So
Holly, what else did you have there?
Oh, I have these, and I didn't know how big they were going to be, and they're actually really large size.
Those are
so cute.
So amazing.
And, like the detail on them. I mean, they look like real cookies.
Yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely.
And
beautiful.
then he has little hangers on the back, and there's no name. Notice, like he doesn't have a name.
Well, they're on there now.
But I think after the last show, we were like, Derek, you got to put your name on it.
Sign them.
You have to take credit for these. And so he finally created a little tag to put on them. So we're very proud of him for doing that. Because
I made a little hologram sticker that goes on the back now. So it says like 100%. I think it says like 100% authentic, satisfactual, or something like that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love
that. So Holly, where do you keep those in your house? You see, you have them on the wall.
Yeah, I keep them right here next to me on this wall right here in my office. So I have
totally put those in my kitchen.
Yeah, I think Mary has all the snacks, and she has them in her kitchen. But this room is kind of like my Disney. Yeah, I need that one. I really need that one.
Oh yeah,
I love that one.
I love those.
This is one.
That is awesome. Do you have the Mickey sandwich as well?
The Mickey Sand. I don't have the. Well, I'll show you something here. Hold on. Let me grab it.
Okay.
I have stuff all over behind me, so like you should see the table behind me. You saw a little glimpse there. Where is the original? I don't know where the original Mickey sandwich is right now.
Raquel, what do you have? Which signs does Raquel have?
This is a casting of the Mickey sandwich.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's what I want.
Oh.
It's like the vanilla version. I don't know where the original is at right now. I'm looking around. I'm sure it's somewhere around here, but this is this is like a casting of it. So you can see like
now
this
you're
Mickey
talking.
sanded and stuff. So, but that's one of them. So Raquel has what does Raquel have? Raquel actually is local to me here. She has a few things. She has a pumpkin and some other stuff, I think. So palette. She took her paint palette to Magic Kingdom, I believe. So
Here's an example of the donut and the Mickey bar you had, the pumpkin flight of passage. These are so Mickey waffle.
Yeah, that waffle was a dud. Waffle was a dud, actually.
Oh yeah,
the syrup was way too dark. It looked like chocolate syrup. So the new ones look more like maple syrup. So
it does, yeah. And I just want to point out the detail in the painting, like on here, like that's not part of the 3D printing. That's you painted this.
Yeah,
and all the shading that goes into this type of thing here.
Right, and on that flight of passage, one of the cool things too on it, and I don't think a lot of people realize it, but if you turn off the lights, that purple pattern will actually glow. So,
nice.
So I paint over it with a glow paint, and so it only glows for like 30 seconds to a minute or something, but so it'll glow. So I paint over top of that with that. So.
Now these sprinkles, are you painting these sprinkles or are you putting those on after the fact?
So those sprinkles, I actually hand make those sprinkles out of Sculpey clay. And I cut them, I trim them to make them that size. And then I actually hand lay, like I have a number for each one. I know it's so nerdy. But
so what number is this one right here, this yellow one?
No, I'm saying I have a number of like how many of each one I put on the donut. So I know.
One night he was on Instagram Live and we were watching him and he was putting the sprinkles and he was letting us pick which sprinkles we were going to put on each donut. So that was kind of fun because he had some Mickey shaped sprinkles and so that was pretty fun.
These random ones. Yeah, it's like I make the random colored donuts with sprinkles. And so it's kind of bad. Hold on. But I make and I have different colored sprinkles, so I was letting people pick what color to put onto the donuts. So, yeah,
that is so cool.
So, yeah, I have like
So now the sign that I have ordered is the Blackfire Outpost, and you are doing this a little differently now. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I was hoping it would get to you. I shipped it in hopes that it would get to you in time. I think
it's supposed to get here tomorrow, unfortunately. You were so close.
So close.
So otherwise I'd be holding it up right now in front of the camera. But.
I know I was like, I hope it gets to him in time. I shipped it out. But anyways, so one of the things I'm having an issue with right now, like a lot of other people, is material shortages. Like everything's hard to come by right now.
Right.
And so you can see these random like yellow and blue jugs sitting around. That's the materials I use, and the company's been having a hard time getting those materials in. And so I used a particular type of one for the Black Spire sign, and have been unable to get it for the past couple of months really. And so that's the reason I changed it. So now I'm actually painting them. So the metallic on the Black Spire signs now is actually me painting it on there. It used to be actually in the casting, like you put the metal powder into the casting, and then I would buff it kind of to get it to shine. But now it's actually a paint that has metal flake in it to make it metallic. It's actual like bronze in it, and then I'm using a kind of like a patina, like a technique. It's actually a technique I learned at Disney, oddly enough, to patina them to make them look like they're kind of like grungy instead of dingy looking, like like the Haunted Mansion plaque and those kinds of things. Not quite as dingy as that, but kind of give it a little bit of like a more
weathered.
Yeah, like I was thinking like this is one of those things. This is a Disney thing. I learned it when I was over there. But they're always like, what's the story, right? Like, what's the story behind this thing, right? Like, so with me, like I think about that when I'm painting something, and be like, okay, where's this going to, like, where would this be at, So I'm like, with that plaque in particular, I'm like, well, it'll probably be outside somewhere, like going into the marketplace or something, so people would see it and know where they're at. So like it would be like weathered and like worn because it's been out and been in the elements. So I'm a geek like that. Like,
That's cool that you have a
So are
story
we. This is
behind
why we
each
do our
one.
show.
I think about those things. So like I think about like when I'm painting things, and some things better than others. Obviously, some things are just it's a pumpkin or whatever. But like when it comes to anything that you kind of have a story, so you can see even back here behind me on this side, like I have a bunch of Star Wars props and things. And so when I paint those, I try to think about like when like has it been somebody been shooting it, like is it whatever. So yeah, so I think about that stuff.
Basically.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat asked,
Yeah, Victor's asking can they be used outdoors?
So that's a good question. I get asked that a lot. They can,
but they'll get stolen.
So they'll get stolen. I had somebody bought one of the pumpkins last year. I remember she was like, "I'm just too afraid to put it on my front door. Like I'm too afraid because I'm afraid somebody's going to take it." So yeah, they will hold up to weather. I have people that put them out at their like the "You May Get Wet" sign, especially. They'll put them at their pool, like their pool decks and things. Obviously, over time, like anything, it's going to fade. It'll fade over time and stuff. So like, I just tell people like, I can't guarantee you it's going to work outdoors, but people do use them outdoors. My biggest concern about the outdoor thing, and I had a customer send me a picture actually just recently. She had it hanging at her pool deck, and she's like, I hung this up with 3M outdoor strips, and I was like, oh, it's like I don't know, man, that makes me nervous. Like,
yeah,
like a big gust of wind.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I was like, I don't know about that, and she's like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm like, okay.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, look, you're
I can see having the "You May Get Wet" sign down by the lake at our lake cabin.
There you go.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
The two most popular places for that sign that I get all the time are pool decks. People like to put it at their pools, and then children's bathrooms.
That's funny.
I actually had a person send me a message one day, and she was like, "Is it offensive if I tell you I put this in my kid's bathroom?" And I was like, I don't care where you put it. I mean, you can put it wherever you want, I guess. Like,
I get paid either way,
I'm just like, she's like, "Is it offensive to your artwork if I put it up?" And I'm like, I mean, if that's where you want to put it, I can't tell you no. Like, So
voiceover guy Ken is saying it's making me hungry just looking at these.
Man, I get like actually it's funny.
Yeah, that one
they look so realistic. That's
so
the
real.
thing. It's
Like,
I'll tell you a
wanna
crazy
buy that
thing.
one.
A crazy thing about this one is one that's fake cheese. Obviously, it's not cheese at all. That's actually the same thing I use for the icing for the donuts. I just made it look like cheese. But two, actually, I did that entire paint job with spray paint. So like, I actually was shocked when I finished it. I was like, I can't believe that worked. Like, I can't believe that worked. So I was super excited. Because whenever I can do it and it's like a little bit easier, I'm like, this is so cool. Okay, I can make these. So,
there you go.
And actually the salt on it, I'm going to put more salt on the ones that are going out. But the salt is actually sprinkles from the donuts. I chopped up more. So that's how
I like my pretzel. Minimal salt, just like a little bit. So that pretzel's
I need more salt on mine, please.
Yeah, that's like, I'm gonna have to make an option. Like I have people that are like, well, or like with the waffles, this happens a lot. People are like, don't put syrup on mine. I'm like, I can't keep up with that. Like I can't keep up with like not putting syrup on some and putting syrup on some. And then people were the same way with the pretzel. They were like, don't put too much salt on it. And I'm like, you're going to get as much salt as I put on it. Like this is Disney World. You're going to get what I throw on it. So
right.
It's coming out of the oven. You're getting it. So
also in the chat, people are talking about your Yeti signs, which is another giveaway that you're doing on. It's partly on Facebook, the Dis Life podcast, and then partly on Instagram. So
right. So the Yeti sign, so it's kind of been a running joke actually with the Dis Life podcast, but I got mad because they had a tournament back in March, like a March Magic tournament where they did attractions, right? They did and what was the best attraction?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And Splash Mountain lost like in the second to last round or something. And so to troll them, I actually made a post on Instagram and was like, on the finale was, I think, Everest versus, who was it versus? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But it was Everest versus somebody. And so I said, go on there. And I posted this on my Instagram. I had like 9,000 followers at the time. I said, go on to this group and comment that Splash Mountain should have won. and I'll enter you in a giveaway to give away a pumpkin. And I did that, and I mean, it was like somebody opened the
I
floodgate.
considered that, and that was pretty funny.
It was a fun troll. So anyway, so Expedition Everest won that, and so I wanted to do something just to kind of like, hey, sorry, I trolled you guys. So I did these Yeti signs. And I don't have one. Actually, I sent them all the Yeti signs I had. They've not even been for sale yet.
Right.
And so they're part of a giveaway, like kind of before I ever even do anything with them. So they're pretty cool. They have like a claw mark on them across the face and or across the kind of across the side of the sign and stuff.
They're saying it was Everest versus Rise.
Yeah, Everest versus Rise. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter.
You said you told everybody to pick Everest?
No, I told everyone. I told them. I basically like hijacked it, and I said, "Go in and vote on this thread and say Splash Mountain should have won." And that's what everyone. There were like hundreds of people on this thread. There were hundreds of people that were like, "Splash Mountain should have won," and it was so funny initially because people were like, "What's going on? Like, why is this happening?" Like, because nobody knew. Like, they had this giant influx of people like voting for Splash Mountain all of a sudden. So.
And they're like, Splash Mountain lost a while ago.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time with it. So, needless to say, I've got some plans for next year. Splash Mountain's going to win next year. So,
Everest is better than Rise. I would have to argue with
now,
that
Stan, you showed me the picture of the little mics. Do you happen to have that photo?
Yeah,
the mics. Yeah.
This is something that I really want to get. Is one of these.
Well, that was actually they're actually really tiny. They're not big, and I
just want to make it a pin actually.
Oh,
it's so
actually
cool.
Be really cool. Yeah, would be cool. These were magnets actually, so they were made as magnets, and they were given out in gift bags for something for like they had a group meetup down here for the podcast and a couple things. So I made those. Like it was just a fun. I make all kinds of random things people don't really ever see half the time, but this was one I actually posted though. These were really fun to make, and it's actually those are all 3D printed. Actually, those are actually printed on my my resin printer that I have. So those are actually 3D printed, and then I use a thing that's called Rub and Buff, and it's like so much fun to use. It's messy, but like you put it on there and you rub it, and it's like a wax, and then you buff it, and it makes it really shiny. So.
Cool.
So it makes it like a shiny metal looking. So it's not obviously not really metal, but so yeah, that's how I did this. Those are really cool. Yeah. I'm getting another order. I'll send you guys some. There you go.
Awesome.
Eventually.
Oh. I love that.
So these are
one of those.
I really love that
guy
idea.
Ken needs one of these too.
Yeah, I really love the idea of the pin though. That's a really cool idea. I get asked a lot actually. People ask me to make pin versions and things. Sorry, I'm looking for something behind me. Hold on, let me see. So I do make like miniature versions of signs and things. I should have been more prepared, but
thank you so much. So nice.
So, anyways, I do make like miniature versions sometimes of like.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
so I do make, like,
he
small
did.
Oh, look at that.
Oh wow!
You also did like he made ornaments like that.
Yeah,
little
this is
tiny
actually
ones.
one of the ornaments here, but you can't. I haven't painted this one. Obviously, this is the Splash Mountain sign.
Okay.
It's hard to see it because it's like opaque. But
see, that's when when I see that group photo of all your pieces on the table, that's what I picture the size of them. And then when Holly pulls up this gingerbread cookie, and I'm like, I thought it was like this big. I didn't realize it was that big.
It's funny because today actually on Instagram I had a ask me anything like I try to do like once a week, once every 2 weeks. And somebody was like, "Are these magnets? Like, I don't understand what this is." And I'm like, because it's hard to get like a scale when you look at a picture, right? Because people are like, "Well, they look small in the picture," and that's the reason. Like, if you see my pictures, a lot of times I'll throw like a Sharpie in the background or something, so people kind of can see the scale. Because I'm like, I don't think people understand sometimes. Like, they're pretty large. I mean, anywhere from like 8 to 14 inches, in length and things. So they're pretty big. So.
Yeah,
everybody wants.
So, kind of stupid technical question, but I mean, since you're creating these things in like a 3D modeling program, is it fairly easy to then scale them up or down for your printing process?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and the hardest part of scaling down when it comes to scaling down things. Here's a good example too. That's sitting here off to the side. Oh wait, hold on. Let me get up here.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, perfect.
I'm gonna make glasses out of these. Hold on.
There you go.
I have a couple different sizes of them, so you can see like this is a little. I get like in these modes where like I screw around, like, and
Sure.
I'm like, well, I could make like a little whatever, and so I'll do that sometimes. And I was trying to look around, like I have tons of these little donuts. I don't know why I was making them. I'm sure I had a plan. I'm sure I had a plan at some point. I just have like stacks of these donuts. And so I just screw around. Yeah, so that's one of the cool things about having the model, right? It's like you can, like, if you didn't see, actually, like it's been about 3 or 4 months ago now, but I did a giant donut giveaway, and that donut was like 14, 16 inches. It was huge.
Oh, wow.
I had to like find a special box to ship this in for the guy that won it. And making sprinkles for it, I actually had to make a special sprinkle thing for it because the sprinkles were like massive. So, but I made like a big, like 16-inch donut. It was massive. And it's so funny, actually, the guy that won that was like literally the first person to buy the sign from me.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was
Valerie
like,
said he needs
his name popped up, and I was like,
series.
"That's insane!" So
Yeah,
so
that
was
is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree,
need
Valerie. That would be so cool.
Mini
Little-
donut earrings. Let's see. I don't know.
But so around Christmas time, Derek had
Yes.
made a bunch of those ornaments, and he went through Disney Springs and like hid them all over and let people
Oh, I
find them.
remember that.
I almost booked a flight just to go try to.
Oh
find
my
some
gosh,
of those.
that was crazy. That I went down there and I was there, obviously there, like while I was hiding them, and I told people if they found me, they would get I can't remember, was it early access? I guess to the shop, maybe, I can't remember, or something. There was something they got, and like I had people like running up to me, like I was sitting at like Earl's Sandwich eating a sandwich, and I had like 3 or 4 people just come running up. So it was so strange. Like I was like, oh, whoa, hey, I'm eating dinner. So
I didn't know
so-
I was going to be a celebrity.
well, it's
Right.
funny. Actually, I was at Epcot last week, and my wife and my kids and I were there, and we were eating at it's Spice Road Table over at Morocco, and we walked out of the little exit, and I noticed this lady was like looking at me, and I was like, why does she keep looking at me like that? And she comes up and she's like, I know this is going to sound really weird, but I love all the stuff you make. And I was like, oh, hey, like, so she
cool.
recognized myself and my son because we're on live a lot. So she recognized us and was like talking and stuff. It was cool after the fact. Like I was just like, initially it took me back. I was like, whoa, like, how did she know me? Like what? So that was kind of random, but yeah, it was cool though. It was cool. So,
I did not realize it. We got like 4 minutes left.
I know.
This
A lot of fun.
flew by. We're gonna have to have you back on again.
yeah, anytime. Yeah, absolutely.
I do want to show this one. This is
Oh
incredible.
yeah, I've got
This
his
is
Oh,
hat.
what a
very
creepy
cool.
room. Oh my
I've
god.
got his hat. Yeah, so that one's so I'm actually I'm reworking that one a little bit. I posted it and decided to do something a little different. So he's coming eventually.
I know. I want all of them, but I really want that one, and of course Matterhorn. Like those are my my big wants for sure.
I've been trying to get the Black Spire Outpost since it came out, and I haven't ordered. It's gonna
Here's-
be here tomorrow.
Here's one without the patina on it, actually. So
Yeah. See.
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
but I love that. I just absolutely love that one.
Yeah.
so it's just painted that way. So
So once I have that one in hand, then I'll start looking at some of the others.
start looking at my options.
So I will definitely be checking into your shop every so
Yeah,
often
absolutely.
just to.
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
So this has been so much fun. Honestly, yeah, we're gonna have to have you back. Let's
Yeah.
plan for
Serious.
next month.
I want that one
man,
too.
look at that one there.
Yeah,
that's
that one
another
too.
I have
one.
stuff sitting all over the place.
And the
Yeah.
Columbi, and okay, there's like so many of them.
I know. So
Satisfaction, there it
talented,
is. Look
Derek.
there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, make sure to
Yeah.
check me on Instagram. So
Yeah,
check
find
out
him on Instagram.
You can see him on Facebook. That's how I've been finding out about the sales. But absolutely keep checking in so you know when those sales are happening, so you can get on there and order those signs because they're
And
fantastic.
have your credit cards already stored in there. Like that's a big one. Like that's when you're going to lose out by not having your credit card ready. So
Holly's giving all
Be
the tips.
ready to order.
order now.
We've got 1 minute. What's coming up on Grand Circle Tour?
I have no
You
idea.
don't know.
I haven't been on. I haven't recorded in so long. I have no idea.
I know what I'm going to be recording, but I don't know what
It came out. It came out this week, didn't it? Come out like on Monday.
I don't think you guys even recorded yet.
Oh, okay.
We haven't recorded yet. We're going to be talking about doing Disney on maybe not so much of a limited budget. If money was no object,
I would.
How would you do Disney?
Show. That'd be
That
sad.
way. So instead of saving money, how can you spend money at Disney? That's our topic.
Okay. Solo Show had Big Fat Panda on. We talked about. We looked back a year ago at what we thought, when all the parks are closed, what it would take to open, what our predictions were, and whether we were right or wrong.
I listened. I liked it.
And coming up next Thursday, not this Thursday on the Solo Show, I talked to Jake Law from Shanghai and how things are going there now that they've been open for a year. How the fireworks are they back? Are they not? A parade's back? Are they not? Listen to find out. It was a very interesting show. Coming up next, PandaTrivia.com.
PandaTrivia.com.
Yes, he's breathing down my neck. I got a big fat panda breathing down my neck right now saying, wrap it up. So we got to go, everybody. Have a great week. Stay safe. Any
Thanks
final
for
thoughts,
joining.
Derek?
Yeah, of course.
Again, thanks for joining us, Derek.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Good luck with your contest, too.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you all next week.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.